The second slanderous comment made, grotesque comment, was that our county engineer, Faith El-Khatib, intentionally poisoned the deputies at the Sheriff Operations Center. That is grotesque. It is a grotesque slander. I would tell you this in response to that. I know that Mr. McDonald passes himself off as an experienced contractor. He has yet ever to produce a contractor's license. He is not a registered contractor in the state of Florida. I know that he has moved here from Connecticut and maybe he was a contractor there, but he's been asked about this and he has never produced any credentials showing that he was a contractor capable of rendering the opinions that he did. And his assertions, one after the other, were misrepresentations or false. The Sheriff Operations Center, whatever may have been the issues related to that facility, it was designed and built under very strict codes, current codes. If he was a contractor of 15 years ago, his knowledge would not be current with the current codes. You had many licensed professionals dealing with this property, environmental consultants, engineers, architects, construction companies, bonds, field inspections, certifications, all the different codes that had to be complied with, numerous codes that had to be complied with in the rehabilitation of that facility. Now, I'm not here defending whether that was the right decision to buy that facility and rehab it, but it was the decision that was made and contractors were engaged to do that work. I want to point out that the CDC did not conclude that there was any harm to the individuals that work there due to the conditions of the building. There was no conclusion from the CDC over the whole of the process, looking at all of the reports, that it was by any means a sick building or a building that ought to be condemned or a building that caused anybody physical harm. Period. Second, the case, the forum where all of these cases were litigated in the workers' compensation case, the workers' compensation judge did not find that this building was the proximate cause of the medical conditions suffered by these individuals. Those are independent, neutral bodies. We do not control them. So I could say more about the misrepresentations. I don't need to. I am not the CDC and I'm not the workers' comp judge. They are higher authorities than me. So unless you have questions, that concludes my report. It was a grotesque slander.
Thank you. With that, we'll return to it's our second community outreach period.